Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to why the French love American fast food. I didn't really know this was a thing. I mean, American fast food is in pretty much every country in the world. I would say every country in the world bar North Korea and maybe like Vatican City. Honestly, like it's pretty much everywhere. French people loving it, I didn't know. Maybe the French just love it more than the average person. I mean, France is known for its food to a degree. I wouldn't say French food is the best. It's definitely like made some of the most important foods. Or they like obviously like bread. Like they have good bread there and good certain types of foods. I wouldn't associate French with good food for me personally, but I feel like in general it's a decent country for food. But even then, they still love their American fast food, which obviously in certain countries, I feel like in Italy they probably dislike it like, a lot more because Italy's a lot more, I guess, the food's like sort of part of the culture. I mean, the food's part of the culture in France as well, I think. I don't really know. But yeah, loving American fast food in France is not a title I thought I would see, but we're seeing a Five Guys there, although it does look a bit of a bando Five Guys. I mean, it's a bit of a rough entrance, but hey, we're going to check this out. Hopefully going to enjoy. I don't think this will get blocked from YouTube. I know I'm reacting to CNBC, so hopefully they're alright with me reacting to their stuff. But yeah, certain videos I can't react to on YouTube, so I post them to my Patreon, and links are there for those interested to see reactions that I can't post to YouTube, like this possibly. But if you're seeing this on YouTube, obviously it's all good. But yeah, let's check this out and see the French love with American food.
American fast food is taking over France. From recent arrivals, like Popeyes and Krispy Kreme,
we appreciate more American fast food than Americans themselves.
to established favorites.
KFC, of course, because I love chicken.
It's like the hype, it's the trend now. It's addictive, I think, and it brings very much of happiness to people.
Between 2019 and 2023, more than 1,300 fast food stores opened in France,
Jesus.
bringing in
So it's recently they've just been taking over France then. Damn.
19 billion euros in profits in 2023 alone. Despite its reputation for gastronomy, the French palate is changing. France is McDonald's and Burger King's second largest market outside of the US.
A lot of brands want to come in France because France is an Eldorado. You do 2 or 3 times sales more than the other country.
It's a country that has a high propensity to eat at American brands and has the right demographics as well, that restaurants have found success there.
So how did American fast food companies
cool
win over
looking
the
burger.
culinary conscious, fine dining, Michelin star-loving French crowd? CNBC visited Paris to find out.
Here we go.
It's lunchtime in the Les Halles neighborhood in Paris.
I take this menu today because I love
Wait, I forgot in France they have, if you're eating in, they have like the plastic packaging, don't they? I remember learning about that in a video like half a year ago. Different, man.
fries and I love nuggets.
Between 2013 and
Passionate.
2023, fast food sales increased a whopping 61% in France.
Holy shit.
McDonald's and Burger King are the biggest players. Their combined sales climbed to a total of 8.3 billion euros in 2023. Burgers play a big role. Quick service restaurants that served burgers accounted for about half of the country's sales that year.
The burger has taken a growing share of the market over the last 30 years and has become an essential item on every restaurant menu.
But it's not only burgers. American fast food companies, helped by clever marketing, built their brands behind iconic products.
People in France want to discover other tastes. And
I've just remembered the football league in France, or the soccer league in France, is going to be named the McDonald's, or Ligue 1 McDonald's. McDonald's are literally buying the rights for the most popular league in this country to have their naming rights on the country. So it all kind of makes sense, I feel like, because I didn't know they had that much of a sort of a stronghold or a grip hold or whatever of the country in terms of the popularity and stuff. But now seeing that, it does somewhat make sense.
when you explain that with a good story, with an iconic burger, you succeed. For Popeyes, it's a chicken sandwich.
What is that?
For McDonald's, it's a Big Mac. For
Okay,
Burger
yeah.
King, it's a Whopper.
We are the country of the Michelin restaurant. It's like gastronomy, very high standards, and still QSR fast food
See, again, France is obviously known for its food. I just haven't really indulged, you know?
is very trendy. What that shows is that even though we appreciate food, we still understand that we love treating ourselves.
In a 5-year span, the country's top performing fast food chains, excluding Subway, opened nearly 500 stores across France.
What?
Total profits for the category increased about 10% during that time.
In the most recent decade has really heated up from other newer concepts, more fast casual, that have gone over to France. I think American concepts have done a great job of making their offerings an affordable indulgence.
The potential of France is huge given the appetite for the customer for both for pizza and for American brands. So you think that you have a great combination.
France is a global leader in culinary excellence and boasts more Michelin-starred restaurants than any other country. It's home to esteemed culinary institutions like the Cordon Bleu, producing some of the best chefs in the world. In 2022, the country claimed 157,000 eateries, more than half were traditional full-service restaurants. Because of this legacy, American quick service restaurants, or QSRs, took a specialized approach when entering the French market.
What I can tell you about French people is that we don't get fed, we eat. And actually, we treat food with emotion. So whenever you bring an American brand, you can't just bring an American brand. You need to bring emotion with your product. You need to bring connection.
Just given the cliche that
God
France
damn.
is a fancier place to eat, the concepts have really led with their best foot forward, really focused on modernized images, higher quality, higher price point, more innovative offerings as well.
That includes sourcing most or all ingredients from French farmers, like the
Alright.
potatoes used
good.
for McDonald's French fries and the chicken in Popeyes' sandwiches.
It's very important to build this relationship.
How many Popeyes restaurants are in France? Is that quite a big chain in France? Because in the UK, I mean, I think there's one or two, maybe in London. It's not a big chain here, though. I wonder why the chains that we have in the UK are the big ones, because I feel like in the US, they're not even necessarily the most popular. I mean, McDonald's is definitely the most popular, but in terms of certain areas of the US, they'll prefer other fast food places much more. But McDonald's, KFC, Subway, I guess Domino's, Pizza Hut is American, but there's not as many Pizza Huts. There's one more that I think I'm missing. But they're the fast food places, and I guess Five Guys. There's a few Five Guys opening up in my city as well. They're the ones that have like done well here, but I don't know why. Why is it not like Popeyes or Chick-fil-A and stuff like that?
They have strong partnership with the farmers. That's why the QSR American brand have succeed.
American QSRs have adapted to European Union food standards, and as a result, those products are healthier and less processed than the US offerings. These brands also cater to French palates by altering menu items or creating new products.
But if we
What?
speak specifically about pizzas, what it takes
Oh, it's
is that
Domino's.
you need to become French friendly when it comes to the product that you are offering. The one campaign that we've been running every year for the past 6 years, it is the raclette, and people love it. Our most successful campaign every year was the raclette.
And it's paid off. Many consumers now consider the chains to be just as much French as they are American.
It feels like it's part of us now. It's American based, but we don't really see the difference. There's KFCs, McDonald's everywhere.
McDonald's has the strongest foothold in part because of its first mover advantage.
McDonald's was the first quick service concept to go to France and found tremendous success there. And I think as a result of that, you've seen that a lot of folks have wanted to replicate that success.
Burger King, on the other hand, re-entered after a 15-year hiatus in 2012.
Damn.
Now, it boasts the second highest number of American QSR franchises in the country.
Jesus.
Pizza Hut arrived in 1987, KFC in 1991, Subway in 2001.
Oh, they came quite late to France, to be fair. They're not as recent as I thought. I mean, I feel like Subway and stuff would have came to the UK in like the 80s, but I could be wrong. I wasn't alive to actually know. But maybe not.
And Domino's in 2006. but their rapid expansions happened mostly in the past decade. Popeyes and Krispy Kreme opened their first French stores in February 2023 and February 2024.
It's a new brand in
Recent.
France, and it's very, very fantastic for the French people.
Shifts in French society, like digitization, have allowed the fast food industry to flourish.
Takeaway, drive-through, click and collect, delivery, all the QSR restaurants can do that. It's a perfect match for today's needs, with the hybridization of concepts accelerating even further in the wake of COVID.
We have a very small part, for instance, now of our customers coming at the counter to order. I mean, like, it's less than 10% of our orders. 60% are online.
1 in 5 meals in France is eaten outside the home. Experts predict that number will increase.
It's a young population, high immigration population, as well as the fact that high GDP per capita country that leads to strong unit economics across the industry.
America's pop culture influence is another powerful tool.
For young people, they grew up watching series or movies where in America, they were eating fast foods. So I think now when we saw fast food coming in France, all the young people were pretty excited about that.
Bigger portions and modest presentations appeal to even the most delicate palate. High inflation and shortened lunch breaks have contributed to a need for convenience.
The American food is
Struggling.
tasty, big. You know that you will be.
Lunchtime today is around 42 minutes. This prevents people from going home and therefore encourage out-of-home consumption. The QSR American brands respond perfectly to this problem with the development of digital tools to improve consumers' quality of life.
I really like good food, but you need a budget for that. So when I want to have really good French food, I take my time. It's usually on the weekend during my working time. I prefer to go to fast food.
But the restaurant industry is volatile and highly susceptible to domestic and global changes. In 2024, McDonald's and Starbucks executives said that boycotts related to the war in Gaza caused Q4 2023 sales to slump in countries with a high Muslim population. That includes France, which holds the largest Muslim population in Europe. After all, France accounts for 7% of the fast food chain's total revenue.
Oh, damn.
McDonald's also blamed its overall weaker performance on pricing backlash, acknowledging a sales drop in the US, but not commenting on international markets.
Something I don't like is the stringflation. They reduce the size of the burger and they raise the price.
Subway has closed more than 100 of its French storefronts since 2015.
I think the more near-term risk is going to be more macro-oriented, that France seems to be the first European market that's really succumbing to restaurant industry traffic and restaurant industry traffic softness.
Staying competitive in the new digital age can be tricky, even with decades of experience.
We come from a world where before 2016, the only people that were delivering were pizzas and sushis. I compete with pizzas on one hand, so I need to be the best in class in that universe, but I also need to be the best in class on the delivery business. Because again, in front of me, I do have QSR actors like McDonald's and BK that are between 7 and 12 times bigger than me.
Not everyone has welcomed the expansions. A neighborhood collective in Paris's 20th arrondissement protested against a new Burger King in 2023 over, quote, outdated environmental practices. France implemented new laws that same year, targeting fast food companies over waste. Now, QSRs are required to offer reusable cutlery and cut down on single-use packaging.
We have created dishes especially for the QSR brand restaurants, and your sustainability seems better than the others.
Opportunities?
The QSR market in France has a lot more room to grow still. Chipotle, for example, has only 6 locations so far. Taco Bell has not entered at all.
See, again, these companies, I see these like as some of the most popular in the US, but I don't see them in the UK. I think I've seen one Taco Bell ever in my life, and it was in London. And I've never seen a Chipotle. Like, you just don't see these places. I don't know why they just didn't make that transition like the other bigger companies like KFC, etc. did.
The burger, the beef, the chicken, and maybe the tacos in the future.
Steak and Shake now boasts 37
Steak and Shake.
locations. Carl's Jr. is playing catch-up after breaking ground on its first French location in 2023. Wendy's is supposedly planning a move too.
The next push is going to be more of a focus on chicken, which we know in the United States to be higher margin as well as more younger consumer focused.
One of the missions was always to make our product broadly available. That's in the next 5 years. We already have close to 500 stores. There is a big potential, but there are other ways to distribute our products. And that's where also we're looking at alternatives. We have the pizza distributor.
The industry is projected to be worth about 21.5 billion euros by 2028. And so far, the French palate seems ready for it.
The taste is really different in front of the other restaurants. I think they have a special touch, and that changes everything.
Well, there you go. I mean, I'm fascinated to see how the French population in terms of obesity and stuff like that will be in 10, 15 years' time, because I have a feeling if they keep growing like they are in France now, they're going to be seeing the effects of that in years to come. I hope CNBC is already preparing the video for why France is experiencing an obesity crisis. Yeah, for sure. CNBC went to Paris to find out. Someone really convinced their boss to let them go to Paris to eat McDonald's. Yeah, man, what a job that is. But in terms of this, I mean, look, I assume in France they're going to have problems in the future. But hey, who cares, man? Let people enjoy themselves. If you can't, I love fast food. Who doesn't love fast food? Like I had McDonald's the other day, and I hadn't really ordered food for about just over a month, which for me is quite good. I mean, I used to be good at not ordering, but in recent times I've been a lot worse. But I'd say for about a month and maybe a week, so let's just say 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks, I don't think I ordered anything. And then I ordered McDonald's about a week ago, and I was like, God damn, you know what? It's quite good. And then I got it 3 days after that. So now I'm on a bit of a break from it again. And I know McDonald's is probably one of the worst sort of fast food places. I mean, they're all not good for you, but McDonald's is probably just a bit worse quality in general. But there's just something about it when you just have that first bite of the quarter pounders, or double quarter pounders, or whatever it is. It's just quality, bro. And then after, you hate yourself. After I have McDonald's, I feel so ill every single time. I feel terrible. I hate how I feel after, but it's that initial bite, or just whilst eating it, the milkshakes, can't go wrong. But yeah, who doesn't love fast food, right? But at the same time, I guess you just got to be smart of how often you eat it. Every week, you're probably all right eating it once a week, maybe even twice a week if you're an active person. Obviously, health-wise, it's not going to be good for you, but if you can sort of maintain your weight, I'm sure that's fine. I'm trying to have it less than that, but sometimes I'll go through phases of just having fast food loads in a certain time and then just try not to have it. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me know your favourite fast food, and I guess if you've been to France, do you notice how these fast food companies are now taking over? I guess just some of the normal shops cafes and stuff are probably not disappearing, but there's probably less and less sort of popping up, and instead you're having KFCs, Subways, and all this stuff. But you let me know your thoughts on this, and until next time, subscribe, and peace.